October 15th, 2023, 11:47 p.m. Burj Al Arab, Dubai. Angela Ramirez stands in the marble bathroom of the honeymoon suite and staring at her reflection in a gold-framed mirror. Her hands won't stop shaking. Outside the door, her new husband, Sheikh Khalid Al Mansour, is opening champagne. She can hear him humming something. Happy. She touches the scar on her abdomen, jagged, old. The one she spent 12 years hiding beneath designer clothes and careful angles. The one that tells a story she swore she'd never tell. Her purse sits on the bathroom counter. Inside it, a letter, handwritten, from an 11-year-old girl in Manila. The letter she should have burned weeks ago. The letter that says, "8 Angela. Why did Mommy say you're my real mom? I don't understand. Please explain." Angela closes her eyes, takes a breath that doesn't reach her lungs, walks back into the bedroom where her husband is waiting. In exactly 1 hour, she'll be dead on that floor, wedding dress torn, rose petals scattered in blood, strangled by the man who promised to love her forever. The man who killed her will walk free, protected by money, by power, by a system that doesn't care about women like Angela. The man who destroyed her at 16, the one who started all of this, will never face justice, will never answer for what he did to a child. And that 11-year-old girl who wrote the letter, she'll lose the only mother she's ever known, twice. Welcome to True Crime Story 247. If you're here, you already know something's wrong. You can feel it. This isn't just another case. This is about what happens when you're so desperate for a family, for love, for a fresh start, that you bury the truth. And the truth always comes up. Always. Subscribe right now. What I'm about to tell you is going to make you question everything about honesty, timing, and whether some secrets are worth keeping. Because Angela Ramirez made a choice that night, a choice about what to tell and what to hide. And it killed her. To understand how a wedding night became a murder scene, we need to go back. Not to the wedding, not to when she met Khalid. Back 12 years. Back to when Angela was 16 years old, and her stepfather decided she was no longer a child. June 12th, 2011. Quezon City, Manila. Angela's 16th birthday. Angela Ramirez had been modeling since she was 14. Small jobs, skincare ads for local drugstores, department store catalogs, fashion shows at SM Megamall where she'd walk in clothes she couldn't afford. But she was good. Scouts noticed her at the mall. That face, those cheekbones, the way she carried herself like she was already somewhere else, already famous. Her mother, Sophia, worked double shifts as a seamstress in Makati, fingers bleeding from needles by midnight. Also, Angela could afford portfolio shoots, English tutors, the things that might get her discovered, might get her out. Paris, Milan, New York. That's what Angela dreamed about. Her stepfather, Ramon, had been in the picture since Angela was 10. Construction foreman. Steady paycheck. Strict about curfews and grades and respect. Sophia married him when Angela was 11. Everyone said Sophia got lucky. Single mother lands a good man who provides, who treats her daughter like his own. That's what everyone saw. Here's what they didn't see. Ramon started grooming Angela when she was 14. Not with violence, not at first. With attention. "You're so mature for your age," he'd say when Sophia worked night shifts. "Not like other girls. You understand things." He'd help with homework, ask about her modeling, to listen to her dreams. Then the compliments changed. "You're going to be a star," he'd say. "Look at you. Beautiful. Your mother doesn't see it. She's too worried about bills. But I see it." His hand on her shoulder during these talks, then her waist, then lower. Late 2010. The conversations got longer, more private. Sophia worked graveyard shifts at a factory 3 nights a week. extra money. Angela would be asleep when she left, asleep when she came home. That's when Ramon would come to Angela's room. Just to talk, he'd say. Can't sleep. Thought you'd be up. He'd sit on her bed, touch her hair, tell her she was special. Angela's childhood friend Maria noticed something change around Christmas 2010. Years later, during police interviews that went nowhere, Maria would say, Angela stopped mentioning Ramon completely. Before that, it was, my stepdad said this, or Ramon thinks that. Then nothing. I asked her why. She said it was complicated. I should have pushed harder. April 2011. Angela turned 16 in June, but by April, everything had already changed. Ramon wasn't just talking anymore. He'd wait until Sophia left for work. Lock Angela's door from the inside. Tell her this was their secret. That if Sophia found out, it would destroy the family. That Angela would lose everything. Her mother, her home, her modeling career. Who's going to pay for your portfolio shoots if I'm gone? He'd whisper. Who's going to support your dreams? Angela was 15. She didn't know how to fight back, didn't know who to tell. August 2011, 2 months after her 16th birthday, Angela missed her period, then another. She bought a pregnancy test at a drugstore 3 neighborhoods away. Took it in a public bathroom at the mall. Stared at the 2 pink lines. Her hands shook so hard she dropped it in the sink. She told Ramon on August 18th, 2011, 2:17 a.m. in their kitchen. Sophia was at work. The ceiling fan whirring overhead. The smell of last night's adobo still hanging in the air. Ramon's face went white, then red, then cold. This can't happen, he said. Not we'll figure it out. Not I'll help you raise it. Just, this can't happen. Angela was crying. What do I do? You get rid of it. I don't know how. I'll handle it. But you can't tell anyone, especially not your mother. Here's what Angela didn't know. Sophia was pregnant too. 6 weeks. Ramon had gotten his wife and stepdaughter pregnant at the same time. If Angela's pregnancy came out, the timeline would expose everything. People would do the math. 16-year-old stepdaughter, married man, everyone would know. September 5th, 2011. Everything fell apart. Sophia found the pregnancy test. Angela had hidden it in her drawer, wrapped in tissues. Sophia was putting away laundry. She confronted Angela first. Who is it? Some boy from school? A modeling agent? Angela couldn't speak. Couldn't say the words. Sophia demanded answers. Threatened to pull her out of modeling, out of school. Lock her in the house. Finally, Angela whispered, Ramon. The room went silent. Then Sophia screamed. Grabbed Angela by the shoulders, shook her. You're lying. You're covering for some boy. You're trying to ruin my marriage. Mama, please, tell me the truth. It is the truth. Sophia confronted Ramon that night. Angela heard them through the walls. Ramon's version, she came on to me. I tried to stop it. You know how teenage girls are. She's been jealous of you since we got married. This is her way of breaking us up. And Sophia believed him, or she wanted to, because believing Angela meant accepting that her husband raped her daughter, meant her whole life was a lie. She made a choice. The pregnancy had to end fast, quiet, before anyone found out. September 5th, 2011, 8 p.m. Sophia took Angela to a clinic in Tondo. No questions asked. Cash only. 5,000 pesos. The building smelled like bleach and rot. Cracked tile floors. No receptionist. Just a man in a stained white coat who called himself Dr. Cruz. He wasn't a doctor. The equipment wasn't sterile. The room wasn't clean. Sophia waited outside while it happened. Angela would later tell the hospital staff, he gave me something to drink, said it would help with pain, then he used instruments, metal, cold. I screamed. He told me to shut up or he'd stop and I'd have to leave pregnant. tearing started immediately. Blood. So much blood. The doctor panicked, called Sophia in, told her to take Angela to a real hospital. Complications, he said. Not my fault, she moved too much. September 5th, 2011. 11:34 p.m. Philippine General Hospital emergency room. Angela was hemorrhaging, severe infection already setting in. Emergency surgery, 3 hours. Doctors removed damaged uterine tissue, repaired what they could. The surgeon told Sophia and Ramon at 3 a.m., "We saved her life." But the damage was extensive. Natural conception will be extremely difficult. Maybe 5% chance, maybe less. Angela was 16 years old. She woke up in recovery with her mother beside her. Sophia was crying. "I'm sorry," Sophia whispered. "I'm so sorry." But sorry doesn't undo what's done. September 12th, 2011. The baby came anyway. Despite everything, despite the procedure, Angela went into premature labor. The pregnancy was too far along. The abortion had failed. 26 weeks. Tiny, 1.8 pounds. A girl. They put her in NICU. Machines breathing for her. Tubes everywhere. Doctors didn't think she'd make it. She did. 3 weeks in the hospital. Then she came home. Sophia and Ramon took her, registered her as their daughter, Maria Isabella Reyes. Mia, Angela's daughter, became her stepsister. The lie that would bind them all. Angela held Mia once in the hospital, just once. She looked at that tiny face and felt nothing. No love, no connection, just emptiness. The nurses thought it was postpartum depression. It was trauma. It was grief. It was a 16-year-old girl whose childhood ended in a back alley clinic. Sophia told everyone she'd been hiding the pregnancy, embarrassed about having a baby at her age. Ramon played the proud father. Angela played the supportive older sister. And nobody questioned it. Here's what Angela never knew until much later. Ramon paid Dr. Cruz extra, not to perform the abortion safely, to botch it. A former clinic worker would eventually come forward in 2019, years too late. Men came in sometimes, paid extra, asked us to make sure the girls couldn't get pregnant again. Insurance, they called it. We did it. We needed the money. The botched procedure wasn't an accident. It was intentional. Ramon wanted to make sure Angela could never testify against him by getting pregnant again. Could never prove Mia was his. He destroyed her body on purpose. Angela turned 18. She left home the day after her birthday. Didn't say goodbye. Didn't take much. Just her portfolio and the money she'd saved from modeling jobs. Moved into a shared apartment in Makati with 3 other models. Threw herself into work. Anything to escape. Anything to forget. She booked bigger campaigns. Regional cosmetics brands. Fashion spreads in local magazines. Scouts from international agencies started noticing. Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai. By 2015, at age 20, she had a work visa for Dubai. Fresh start, new life, new name almost. She told people Sophia and Ramon were dead. Car accident, tragic. She was an only child now. Clean slate, but trauma. Doesn't stay buried. Nightmares, every night. Ramon's hands, the clinic, the blood. Phantom pain in her abdomen where the surgery had been. Fear of intimacy. She dated, casually. But the moment men wanted more, wanted to touch her, wanted to go further, she'd panic. Make excuses, just disappear. Her agent in Dubai, Carla, noticed the pattern. "You sabotage every relationship," Carla said over coffee in 2017. "What are you afraid of?" Angela didn't answer. "How do you explain that your stepfather raped you? That your mother chose him? That you have a daughter you've never held? You don't. You just keep moving." September 2022, Paris Fashion Week. Angela walked for a mid-tier luxury brand. Not Chanel, not Dior, but getting there. She was 27, still beautiful, still trying to outrun her past. After the show, there was an after-party, champagne, industry people, photographers. That's where she met Khalid, Sheikh Khalid Al Mansour, 35 years old, Emirati, oil money, family connections to royalty. He approached her at the bar. "You were the most beautiful woman on that runway," he said, and I counted. They talked for 3 hours. He didn't hit on her, didn't ask to leave together, just talked, asked about her dreams, her ambitions, where she saw herself in 5 years. He listened, really listened. For the first time since Ramon destroyed her, Angela felt seen. October 2022, January 2023, the courtship. Dinners in Paris, weekend trips to Monaco, a week in the Maldives. Khalid sent flowers to her Dubai apartment, diamond earrings, designer dresses. But he was also respectful, patient. He didn't push for sex. "I believe in waiting until marriage," he said during their third date. "It's important in my culture. I want to do this right." Angela thought she was safe, thought she'd finally found someone who wouldn't hurt her. But red flags appeared, small at first. He wanted to know where she was, who she was with, what jobs she was booking. "I just want to make sure you're safe," he'd say. "Dubai can be dangerous for women alone." He started approving her modeling jobs, saying no to shoots with male photographers, no to lingerie campaigns. "You're going to be my wife," he said. "I need to protect your image, our family's image." Carla warned her in November 2022. "He's controlling, Angela. This isn't normal." "It's cultural," Angela defended. "You don't understand." But deep down she knew. She recognized control. She'd lived through it before. She just didn't want to admit it. January 2023, Dubai. Khalid's family invited Angela to dinner. His parents, his 3 sisters, his uncle, everyone was polite, welcoming. Until his sister Aisha pulled her aside in the bathroom. "Our family needs heirs," Aisha said. "Strong sons, multiple children. Can you give us that?" Angela felt her stomach drop. "Of course," she said, smiled, lied. But her hands shook under the table for the rest of the night. Here's what Angela didn't know. Khalid had a secret too. When he was 28, he contracted mumps. Severe case. Complications led to orchitis, inflammation, permanent damage. His sperm count dropped to nearly nothing. Oligospermia. Less than 3% chance of natural conception. His family didn't know. He'd never told them. He'd been seeing fertility specialists in London since 2019, banking what little viable sperm he had, planning for IVF, 2 people, both infertile, both hiding it, both walking toward disaster. March 2023, Maldives. Khalid proposed on the beach, sunset, down on one knee, 5-carat diamond ring. "I want to build a family with you," he said. 4 children at least. Fill a house with love. Angela's heart shattered. 4 children. She couldn't give him one. But she said yes. Because she was desperate. Desperate for the family she lost. Desperate for love that didn't hurt. Desperate to prove she was worth something despite what Ramon did. She convinced herself. Maybe the doctors were wrong. Maybe I can conceive. Maybe science can help. Maybe adoption. She didn't tell him. Kept the secret buried. May, October 2023. Wedding planning. Khalid's family took over everything. Traditional Emirati ceremony, 300 guests, $2 million budget. Angela smiled through dress fittings, cake tastings, seating arrangements. But she was dying inside. The pressure built. Khalid's mother asked constantly, "How many children do you want? You're healthy, yes? No medical issues?" Angela lied every time. "Perfectly healthy. I want a big family." And while this was happening in Dubai, back in Manila, Mia was growing up. 11 years old now, smart, curious. She started asking Sophia questions. Why doesn't Ate Angela ever visit? Why does she only send money? Sophia deflected. She's busy, important job, she loves you. But Mia wasn't satisfied. She started messaging Angela directly, Facebook, WhatsApp. 8. Can I visit you in Dubai? I miss you. I want to see where you live. Angela's replies were vague, loving but distant. Soon, baby, I promise. Work is just so busy right now. August 2023. Mia asked the question that changed everything. Why don't you ever visit us? Are you ashamed of us? Angela didn't respond for 2 weeks. September 10th, 2023, 1 month before the wedding, Carla tried one last time. Coffee shop in Dubai Marina. 4:00 p.m. You're rushing this, Carla said. You barely know him, and the way he controls you, tracking your phone, approving your jobs, that's not love. Angela got defensive. He's protecting me. It's cultural. You don't understand. Or it's control disguised as culture. Angela walked out. She didn't talk to Carla again. October 1st, 2023, 2 weeks before the wedding. A letter arrived at Angela's Dubai apartment from Manila, handwritten, Mia's handwriting, 11-year-old loops and curves. 8. Angela, Mama Sophia told me something strange today. She was crying and she said, "You're my real mommy, not my sister, my mommy. Is that true? I don't understand. How can you be my mommy if you're my sister? Please, explain. I'm confused. I love you." Mia. Angela read it 3 times, hands shaking, heart pounding. She should call, explain, tell Mia the truth. But how do you tell an 11-year-old that her father raped her mother, that she was born from violence, that the family she knows is a lie? Angela folded the letter, put it in her purse, told herself she'd deal with it after the wedding. October 14th, 2023. Pre-wedding dinner. Khaled's entire family, extended relatives, business partners. His uncle stood up, gave a toast. To pure bloodlines, to strong children, to the future of our family, to Khaled and his beautiful bride. Everyone applauded. Angela couldn't breathe. Khaled's mother cornered her in the bathroom. "You're healthy, yes? No problems? We want grandchildren immediately. The family needs heirs." Angela looked her in the eye. "Yes, perfectly healthy." The lie tasted like ash. "Stop right here. Let's talk about what's happening. Angela is about to marry a man she's lying to. About her past. About her fertility. About everything. But here's the thing that should make your blood boil. Khaled is lying too. He's infertile. He can't give his family those heirs they're demanding, and he knows it. 2 people walking into a marriage built on secrets, both hiding the same thing. If you're angry right now, that she's lying, that he's demanding children he can't give, that this whole thing is a disaster waiting to happen, good. You should be. Because what happens on that wedding night is going to show you exactly why honesty matters, why secrets destroy everything, why desperation makes us do things we can't take back. Subscribe right now and stay with me. Because the wedding night, that's when it all explodes. That's when Angela's secret comes out. That's when Khaled's rage takes over. That's when a 28-year-old woman who survived rape, a botched abortion, and 12 years of trauma dies on the floor of a luxury hotel. And the man who kills her walks free. October 15th, 2023, the wedding day. Dubai Opera House. 11 a.m. ceremony start. 300 guests. Crystal chandeliers. White orchids flown in from Thailand. Gold-embroidered aisle runner. Angela walked down that aisle in a custom white and gold gown. Emirati-inspired details. Modest neckline. Long sleeves. Everything Khaled's family wanted. She smiled for the cameras, posed for photos. Said her vows. "I promise to honor you. To build a family with you. To be truthful always." The lie burned in her throat. Khaled looked at her like she was everything, like she was his future. Reception at the Atlantis 5-tier cake, live orchestra, fireworks over the Palm Jumeirah at midnight. Guests posted on Instagram, "You're to royal romance," Your Dubai wedding. Yashir's fairy tale ending. Angela danced with Khalid, smiled for photos, thanked everyone for coming. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. Khalid's mother kissed her cheek. Welcome to the family, daughter. May you give us many grandchildren. Angela's stomach twisted. 11:15 p.m. Burj Al Arab honeymoon suite. Finally alone. The suite was massive, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Dubai, king bed covered in rose petals, champagne chilling, oud incense burning. Khalid popped the champagne, poured 2 glasses. To us, he said, to forever. Angela drank too fast. The bubbles burned. She needed to calm down, needed to think. He kissed her, gentle at first. She kissed back, tried to relax, tried to be present. His hands moved to her zipper, started pulling it down. Wait, she said, let me change. I want to. You're beautiful like this. He kept kissing her, more urgent now. They moved to the bed. Rose petals crushed beneath them. 11:42 p.m. Everything changed. Khalid's hands explored her body, over her ribs, down her stomach. Then he felt it, the scar. His fingers stopped, traced the jagged line low on her abdomen. What's this? Casual, curious. Angela's whole body went rigid. Old surgery, appendix, when I was a teenager. He looked down, really looked. This isn't an appendix scar. I've seen those. They're small, on the right side. This is too long, too low. She tried to deflect. It was complicated. Let's not talk about it tonight. It's our wedding night. Angela. His voice changed, firmer. What is this really? Her mind raced. What could she say? What lie would work? She made the worst decision. She told him half the truth. I had an abortion when I was young. There were complications, tearing, infection. They had to do surgery, but I'm fine now. Silence. Khalid sat up, pulled away from her. An abortion? I was 16. It was a long time ago. A mistake, but it's in the past. How many past mistakes are there? His voice was ice. Just one, I swear. It was one time. Who was he? It doesn't matter. Who was he? Angela flinched. Someone from back home. It doesn't matter. He's gone. It's over. Khalid got up, started pacing. Then he saw it, her purse on the floor by the bathroom. Open. The letter, visible. He walked over, picked it up. What's this? Khalid, don't. He read it. Angela watched his face change. Confusion, then shock, then rage. Arai, Angela, why did Mommy say you're my real mom? I don't understand. Please explain. I love you. Mia. Time stopped. What the fuck is this? Not yelling. Worse, dangerously calm. Angela's knees went weak. Khalid, let me explain. You have a child? It's complicated. How old is she? 11. 11. He laughed, bitter. You had her at 16, the same year as the abortion you just told me about. Angela realized her mistake too late. No, wait. It wasn't an abortion. I mean, it was supposed to be, but the baby survived. You lied. He was still calm. Too calm. You just told me you had an abortion. Now you're saying the baby survived? They took her. My mother raised her as her own daughter. I had to give her up. You told me you were an only child. I am. It's complicated. You told me your parents were dead. Angela was crying now. To me, they are. They chose him over me. Who is he? Khalid grabbed her shoulders, shook her. Who is the father? Who did this to you? She couldn't say it, couldn't form the words. Tell me, my stepfather, she screamed it. My stepfather raped me when I was 15. I got pregnant. My mother forced me to get an abortion. It went wrong. The baby came anyway. They took her. They raised her as my sister. Are you happy now? Khalid dropped his hands, stepped back. Angela kept going. Couldn't stop now. The abortion destroyed me, tore everything. I can't have children. Or maybe I can, but the chances are less than 5%. I was going to tell you, I thought maybe science could help. IVF or surrogacy or adoption, you can't have children. Not a question, a statement. Maybe I can, we don't know. Khalid laughed. The sound was ugly, cruel. My family spent $2 million on this wedding, for bloodlines, for heirs. And you're infertile? I'm sorry. You're sorry? Now he was yelling. My mother asked you directly, are you healthy? Any medical issues? You said no. Because I was scared. I thought you'd leave me. I would have. The words hung in the air. Angela felt something break inside her chest. So that's it? Her voice was small. If I can't give you children, I'm worthless? Don't twist this. You lied to me. You lied to my family. You walked into this marriage knowing, you want to talk about lying? Something in Angela snapped. Grief turned to rage. You want to talk about honesty? What are you, did you know I can't have children either? A voice from the bathroom. No. Wait. Angela froze. That wasn't right. She was the one who... Khalid's face went white. What did you just say? And then Angela understood. He had a secret too. 12:14 a.m. The truth explodes. Tell her, Angela said, voice shaking. Tell me the truth. Khalid looked trapped, cornered. I had mumps, he said finally. When I was 28, severe case. It caused orchitis, inflammation. My sperm count, how low? 3% viable, maybe less. The room tilted. You're infertile too? Angela couldn't believe it. This whole time? I was going to tell you after the wedding, before we started trying. I have sperm stored in London. We were going to do IVF. When? Angela was screaming now. When were you going to tell me? After a year of trying naturally? After your family blamed me for not getting pregnant? After I went through fertility treatments for nothing? It's not the same. It's exactly the same. She threw a champagne glass. It shattered against the wall. You lied too. You demanded I be fertile while hiding that you're not. I was going to tell you. So was I. Eventually, when the time was right. There was never going to be a right time because you were never going to tell me. Khalid grabbed another glass, threw it harder. You were going to let me find out when you couldn't get pregnant. Let my family blame you, blame me, investigate. And then what? The truth comes out? My infertility gets exposed, my reputation destroyed. Your reputation, your reputation. Angela was hysterical now. I was raped. I was 16. My body was destroyed. And you're worried about your reputation? You should have told me. You should have told me. They stood there, both breathing hard, both exposed, both guilty. Here's the tragic irony that would haunt everyone later. They were both infertile, both terrified, both lying about the same thing. If they'd been honest, if either of them had been honest, they could have faced it together. IVF using his stored sperm and a surrogate, adoption, building a family anyway. Instead, they were screaming at each other in a honeymoon suite, surrounded by shattered glass and lies. 12:31 a.m. It escalated. Khalid's mind was spiraling. His family, the expectations, the $2 million wedding, the guests, the promises. Pure bloodlines, strong sons. His uncle's toast echoed in his head. In his culture, in his family, this was everything. Heirs, legacy, continuing the family name. He'd built his entire life around the lie that he could provide that, and now Angela, infertile, raped, damaged Angela, she was the one who would expose him. When his family found out he married a woman who couldn't have children, they'd investigate. They'd want to know why he didn't vet her properly, medical records, background checks, and then they'd find out about his infertility too. Everything would crumble, his reputation, his standing in the family, his future, all because of her. You destroyed this, he hissed. My reputation, my family's expectations, everything. We can figure this out. No, we can't. Khalid, please. We can get the marriage annulled. Quietly, I'll leave Dubai. Your family never has to know. They'll know. He was in her face now. They'll want to know why. They'll investigate. They'll find out everything. So we tell them the truth? The truth? He grabbed her arms, squeezed hard. The truth is you're a liar, a whore who got pregnant by her stepfather. Angela slapped him, hard. The crack echoed through the suite. Khalid's head snapped to the side. For 3 seconds, nobody moved. Then he grabbed her throat. 12:43 a.m. The point of no return. It happened fast. One moment he was grabbing her. The next his hands were around her throat, squeezing. Angela clawed at his hands, tried to scream, couldn't. No air. She scratched his face, drew blood. He squeezed harder. You destroyed everything, he was saying, over and over. You destroyed everything. Her vision started tunneling, black at the edges. She tried to fight, tried to kick, but he was stronger. 12 years? She'd survived 12 years. Ramon's rape, the botched abortion, losing Mia, building a new life in Dubai. All of it, all that survival for this. Please! She couldn't get it, the word out. No air. Khalid, barely a whisper, I love you. But he didn't stop. Angela's eyes met his, searching for something, recognition, regret. Anything human? She saw nothing, just rage and shame and panic. Her hands stopped clawing, went limp. Her eyes stayed open, still looking at him, still searching for the man she thought she married. 12:47 a.m. Angela Ramirez died on the floor of the Burj Al Arab, 28 years old, wedding dress torn, rose petals scattered in blood. The man she'd married 4 hours earlier stood over her body, breathing hard, hands shaking. The scratches on his face were bleeding. For 30 seconds, he just stood there, staring at what he'd done. Then survival instinct kicked in. He had to fix this, had to make this go away. 12 years. Angela survived 12 years of hell. Ramon's abuse, a botched abortion that destroyed her body at 16, losing her daughter, building a new life from nothing, and now she's dead on the floor of a luxury hotel, killed by a man who was hiding the exact same secret she was. If you've come this far, you can't leave now. Subscribe. Right now. Because what Khalid does next, how he covers this up, how he walks free, how the system protects him, this is why this case makes my blood boil. This is the part that shows you how monsters escape justice. Stay with me. 12:52 a.m. The cover-up began. Khalid stood over Angela's body for 5 minutes, just thinking, calculating. Then he moved. First her phone. He found it in her purse. Deleted recent messages, anything from Mia, anything that might raise questions. Second, the letter. He read it again, then burned it in the bathroom sink, flushed the ashes. Third, the scene. He dragged Angela to the bathroom, positioned her near the tub, made it look like she fell, smashed a champagne bottle on the tile, alcohol everywhere, scratched his own face more, made the wounds look defensive. Then he called hotel security, voice shaking. Perfect amount of panic. My wife, she fell in the bathroom. She's not breathing. Please help. Please hurry. 1:08 a.m. Paramedics arrived. 2 men, hotel security with them. They found Angela's body in the bathroom, positioned near the tub, blood, broken glass. The lead paramedic checked for a pulse, found none. Started CPR anyway, protocol. But he noticed things. Bruises on her throat, defensive wounds on her hands, torn dress. He looked at Khalid. What happened? Khalid's story. She was drinking. We were celebrating. She went to take a bath. I heard a crash. Found her like this. I tried to help her. Tried CPR, but... His voice broke. Tears. The paramedic exchanged looks with his partner. This didn't look like a fall. 1:34 a.m. Dubai police arrived. 2 officers, CID detectives. They took photos, measured distances, asked questions. Khalid stuck to his story, added details. She had 3 glasses of champagne at the reception, more here. She was tipsy, happy. We were going to... He choked up, couldn't continue. The detective noticed the scratches on Khalid's face. How did you get those? When she fell, she grabbed at me. I tried to catch her. And the bruises on her neck? I did CPR. I was trying to save her. I pushed too hard. I didn't know. One detective took the other aside, whispered, "This doesn't look right. Those bruises, the pattern, that's manual strangulation. Let's get the body to the ME, get a proper... Do you know who this is? The groom? Sheikh Khalid Al-Mansour. His uncle is..." The detective stopped talking. 2:17 a.m. Khalid's family arrived. His uncle Rashid, a businessman with government connections. His father, 2 lawyers. They took over. Quiet conversations with the police, phone calls. The uncle pulled the lead detective aside. "This is a tragedy, a terrible accident. My nephew is devastated. Surely we can handle this with discretion." "Sir, there are questions that can be answered in time." "But right. Now this family is grieving. The bride's family needs to be notified. The media will be circling. We need to control the narrative." Money didn't change hands. It didn't have to. Just quiet conversations, reminders of connections, implications. By 4 a.m., the investigation shifted. Not murder, not suspicious death. Tragic accident. 4:47 a.m., the coroner's preliminary report. Blunt force trauma consistent with fall, alcohol involved, accidental death. The bruises on her throat consistent with CPR attempts by untrained individual. The scratches on Khalid's face consistent with victim grabbing during fall. The defensive wounds on Angela's hands consistent with trying to break fall. Every piece of evidence reinterpreted, every red flag explained away. October 16th, 2023. Morning. Angela's body was moved to the morgue. Khalid's family controlled everything. The narrative they pushed. Tragic accident on wedding night. Bride slips in bathroom after drinking. Grieving groom. Devastated. Press release sent to media outlets. Approved by family lawyers. Social media lit up. The same hashtags that celebrated the wedding now mourned. Rip Angela, your tragedy in Dubai. Flag to pray for Khalid. Instagram posts from guests. Can't believe what happened. She was so beautiful and full of life. Praying for Khalid in this difficult time. Nobody questioned it. October 17th, 2023. 6:37 a.m. Manila time. Sophia's phone rang. Unknown number, Dubai area code. "Mrs. Reyes, this is the Dubai consulate. I'm calling about your daughter, Angela Ramirez." Sophia's heart stopped. "There's been an accident. I'm very sorry to inform you that Angela passed away last night. We're arranging to have her body returned to Manila." The phone dropped. Sophia screamed. Ramon came running from the bedroom, found her collapsed on the kitchen floor. What happened? Angela? She couldn't say it, couldn't make it real. From the bedroom, Mia's small voice, "Mama, what's wrong?" She was 11, had just woken up, heard her mother screaming. Sophia couldn't answer, couldn't breathe. Mia came out, saw her mother on the floor, Ramon helping her up. "What happened to Ate Angela?" Nobody answered. October 20th, 2023. Angela's body arrived in Manila. Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Cargo terminal. Closed casket. Due to the nature of the injuries, viewing is not recommended. But one morgue worker at the funeral home noticed. Diego Santos, 34. Been in the business 15 years. He saw the bruises, the pattern on her throat. Told his supervisor, "These aren't fall injuries. This is manual strangulation." The supervisor called someone. Word spread quietly through the underground network of morgue workers, police, journalists. Angela Ramirez, Filipino model, married to a sheikh, dead on her wedding night, covered up. But nobody with power cared. No investigation in Manila. Dubai ruled it accidental, not our jurisdiction. October 25th, 2023. The funeral. Small service at a chapel in Quezon City. Maybe 50 people. Angela's modeling friends from years ago, old classmates, a few distant relatives. Mia was there. Black dress, eyes red from crying. She kept asking, "Why won't they let me see her? I want to say goodbye." Sophia knelt down. "Baby, it's better to remember her alive. The way she was, beautiful and happy." But Mia wasn't satisfied. "Did she get my letter? The one I sent her?" Sophia's face crumpled. "I don't know, baby." Ramon didn't attend. Too distraught, he told people, really terrified. Terrified someone would ask questions about Angela's past, about Mia, about what he did. November 22-23. Khalid walked free. No charges filed, no investigation, no justice. He returned to his life in Dubai. His family protected him. The wedding photos were scrubbed from social media, deleted. Like Angela never existed. By December, his family was already discussing new marriage prospects. "You're young," his mother said. "Only 35. You deserve happiness. Angela would want you to move on." Here's what happened behind the scenes. One of Angela's modeling friends didn't believe the story. Jessica Torres, Filipina, worked with Angela in Dubai 2016-2018. She'd been at the wedding, seen Angela's hands shaking, noticed how quiet she was. When she heard accidental death, something didn't sit right. December 15th, 2023. Jessica started asking questions, called Dubai police. "I was at the wedding. Angela wasn't drunk. Something's wrong." Response: "The case is closed. Ruled accidental. Thank you for your concern." Called local press. "I think Angela was murdered. Will you investigate?" Response: "Without evidence, we can't publish anything. The family would sue." Jessica hit walls everywhere. December 28th, 2023. Jessica flew to Manila, found Sophia through mutual contacts, knocked on her door. Sophia answered, looked 20 years older than she was. "I was Angela's friend. I need to know what really happened." Sophia broke down, told her everything. Ramon, the rape, the pregnancy, the botched abortion. Mia. "Did Khalid know?" Jessica asked. She was going to tell him after the wedding she was scared he'd leave her. "Do you think he killed her?" Sophia's hands shook. "I don't know, but those bruises." The funeral home worker said they weren't from a fall. January 14th, 2024. Jessica found Mia. The girl was 12 now, living with Ramon and Sophia, still grieving. Jessica showed her a photo. The letter. The one from Angela's purse. "Your mom, Angela, she kept your letter. She carried it with her. She loved you." Mia started crying. "I just wanted to know if she was my real mom. I didn't mean to make her sad. Did my letter, did it cause..." "No, baby, no. You didn't do anything wrong." But Mia didn't believe her, blamed herself, thought her letter exposed Angela's secret, got her killed. Nightmares started, therapy sessions, medication, a 12-year-old girl carrying the weight of her mother's murder. February 2024. One last attempt. Jessica found a human rights lawyer in Dubai, Sarah Khoury, Lebanese, took pro bono cases against powerful families. They tried to reopen the investigation, submitted evidence, autopsy photos showing strangulation patterns, witness statements about Khalid's controlling behavior, timeline inconsistencies in Khalid's story, Angela's medical records showing past trauma, March 1st, 2024. Case officially closed. Insufficient evidence to overturn original ruling. Deceased's injuries consistent with accidental fall. No grounds for murder investigation. Khalid's lawyers threatened action, defamation, harassment. Sarah Khoury warned Jessica, "You push this, they'll destroy you, sue you into bankruptcy, maybe worse." Jessica backed off. April 2024. Khalid got engaged again. New woman, Yasmin Al-Farsi, 23 years old, also a model, stunning. This time Khalid was honest about his infertility, explained the IVF plan up front. Yasmin agreed. "We'll make it work. Science can help." Wedding, scheduled for December 2024. Meanwhile, back in Manila, Sophia spiraled into alcoholism, blamed herself for everything. "I chose Ramon over my daughter. I forced her to get that abortion. I destroyed her." Ramon divorced her. June 2024. Filed for sole custody of Mia, 1. Sophia lost everything: her daughter, her granddaughter, her home. Last known address: homeless shelter in Manila, alcoholic, broken. Mia grew up with Ramon, the man who raped her mother, the man who paid to have the abortion botched. She didn't know the full truth yet, but she would. Eventually, and when she did, the cycle would continue. Angela Ramirez died at 28 years old. She survived her stepfather's rape at 15. She survived a botched abortion that destroyed her body. She survived losing her daughter. She built a new life from nothing. And it still wasn't enough. Khalid Al-Mansour walked free, protected by money and power. Ramon walked free, never held accountable for what he did to a child. And Mia, 11 years old when her mother died, lost her mother twice and blamed herself. If this story makes you angry, good. It should. Justice didn't come, but maybe awareness can. Subscribe if you believe stories like Angela's deserve to be told. Share this if you think someone needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, what would real justice look like here? Because the courts failed. The system failed. Everyone failed Angela. I read every single comment. Take care of yourselves out there. Present day, January 2026, 14 months after Angela died. Here's where everyone ended up. Khalid Al-Mansour, 37 years old, married again, December 2024. Yasmin Al-Farsi, 23, beautiful, naive. He told her about his infertility up front this time, learned his lesson about secrets. They did IVF, his stored sperm, her eggs, surrogate in Ukraine. March 2025, twins born, both boys. Khalid got his heirs after all. He lives in Dubai, same penthouse, same life, maybe sleeps a little less soundly, maybe sees Angela's face sometimes when he closes his eyes. But he's free, protected, successful. His family never speaks about Angela, her name erased, like she never existed. At dinner parties, when people ask about his first marriage, he says, "Tragic accident, wedding night, I don't like to talk about it." And nobody pushes. Ramon Reyes, 54 years old, still in Manila, still working construction, still drinking. He raised Mia after Sophia fell apart, had custody from when she was 12 to 16. Then Mia ran away. July 2024. Just disappeared. Ramon reported her missing. Police searched for 2 weeks, found nothing. He still lives in the same house. The one where he raped Angela, where Sophia raised Mia. Some nights he drinks until he can't remember what he did. Other nights he drinks until he can't forget. No consequences, no charges, no justice. His construction crew knows something's off about him. The way he looks at teenage girls on job sites, the comments he makes. But nobody says anything. January 2026. Ramon had a minor stroke. Doctors said it was the drinking. Told him to stop, he didn't. Maybe that's his punishment. Slow death by his own hand. But it's not enough. Sophia Reyes, 58 years old, homeless, living on the streets of Manila. After Ramon divorced her and took Mia, she lost everything, the house, her savings, her sanity. She lives in Quiapo now, sleeps under bridges, begs for money outside churches, alcoholic. Most days she doesn't remember she had a daughter named Angela. Some days she does. Those are worse. Social workers check on her sometimes, try to get her into shelters, rehab programs. She refuses, says she deserves this punishment for choosing Ramon over Angela. December 2025. A social worker found her passed out in an alley. Hypothermia, malnutrition. They took her to the hospital, kept her for 72 hours. Then she walked out and went back to the streets. Mia sent her a message through the social worker. "I forgive you, Mama." Sophia never responded. Some guilt is too heavy to accept forgiveness for. Mia Reyes, 14 years old, born September 2011, currently January 2026. Foster care in Manila, group home, 15 other kids. She ran away from Ramon in July 2024, went to the police, told them everything. My father, the man who raised me, he raped my real mother, got her pregnant with me, then paid someone to botch her abortion so she couldn't testify. I have proof. The proof. Medical records she stole from Sophia's things, Angela's hospital files from 2011. The police took statements, opened an investigation, September 2024, case dismissed. Insufficient evidence, victim deceased, statute of limitations on assault expired, no grounds to prosecute. Ramon walked free. Mia was placed in foster care. For your safety, they said. She's in therapy 3 times a week. PTSD, depression, survivor's guilt. She knows the full truth now, everything. Ramon raping Angela, the botched abortion. Khalid murdering her. And she blames herself. If I hadn't sent that letter asking if Angela was my real mom, she'd still be alive. Her therapist tries to redirect that guilt. You were 11. You didn't cause any of this. But Mia doesn't believe her. She has nightmares. Angela on the bathroom floor. Khalid's hands around her throat. Sometimes in the dreams, Mia is there, watching and holding the letter. She's smart, top of her class despite everything, wants to be a lawyer, specifically a prosecutor. So I can put men like Ramon and Khalid away, she told her social worker. But she's 14, traumatized, angry. The system that failed her mother is the same system she wants to fix. Jessica Torres, 32 years old, Angela's friend, the one who wouldn't let it go. She's still in Dubai, still fighting. After the case was closed, she couldn't just move on, so she started a nonprofit. Damayan, Filipino word meaning to help each other in times of need. It helps Filipino domestic workers in the UAE, migrants, women trapped in abusive situations. She uses Angela's case as an example. This is what happens when you have no power, no voice, when the system protects the wealthy. The nonprofit has helped 47 women since February 2024, gotten them out of abusive households, found them new jobs, legal representation. It's not justice for Angela, but it's something. Jessica still thinks about her friend, still gets angry. December 2025. She attended Khalid's second wedding, uninvited, just stood outside the venue, held a sign. Khalid Al-Mansur murdered his first wife, Angela Ramirez. October 15, 2023. Justice for Angela. Security removed her. Khalid's lawyers sent a cease and desist, but photos of her protest went viral on Filipino social media, #trending for 2 days. It didn't change anything, but people remembered Angela's name. Nothing, no charges against Khalid, no investigation reopened, no justice. Angela's death remains officially classified as accidental. Dubai authorities, case closed, no evidence of foul play. Philippine authorities, not our jurisdiction, defer to Dubai ruling. The system failed completely. The moral questions nobody wants to answer. Should Angela have told the truth before the wedding? Yes, absolutely. Lying about infertility was wrong. But understand the context. She was raped at 15, her body destroyed, her daughter taken. She was terrified of being abandoned again. Still wrong, but understandable. Would honesty have saved her life? Maybe. If she'd told Khalid before the wedding, he might have walked away. Canceled it. Humiliating, but not lethal. Or his rage might have come sooner. Triggered by the public embarrassment of calling off a $2 million wedding. We'll never know. Is lying about infertility worth murder? No, obviously. Nothing justifies what Khalid did. But here's the thing that makes this case so enraging. Khalid was lying too. About the exact same thing. He was infertile, hiding it, planning to tell Angela eventually. So he murdered his wife for doing exactly what he was doing. Hypocrite, murderer, free man. Was Khalid's anger understandable? Some people say yes. She lied about something fundamental. He had a right to be angry. No, he was lying too, about the same thing. He has no moral high ground. His anger came from shame, from fear of exposure, from wounded pride, not from betrayal, from ego. You don't get to murder someone because they wounded your ego. Should Ramon face justice? Yes, absolutely, unquestionably. Statutory rape, grooming a child, paying to have an abortion botched. He should be in prison for the rest of his life. But he's not. He's drinking beer in Manila, free. Should Khalid face justice? Yes. He strangled his wife on their wedding night. Premeditated, debatable. He didn't plan it weeks in advance. But the moment he decided to cover it up, moving her body, deleting evidence, calling it an accident, that was premeditation. He should be in prison, but he's not. He's raising twins. He's in Dubai, free. Will either man ever pay? Probably not. Ramon is dying slowly from alcohol. That's something. But it's not justice. Khalid is protected by wealth and power. Unless someone with equal power decides to pursue him, he'll never face consequences. And who would? His family benefits from protecting him. Dubai authorities have closed the case. Philippine authorities have no jurisdiction. The only threat is public pressure, social media, viral campaigns. But even that fades. People move on to the next tragedy, the next outrage. Here's what this case teaches us. Secrets kill. Angela's secret about her infertility. Khalid's secret about his. Both destructive. But also shame kills. Angela was ashamed of being raped, of her botched abortion, of not being whole. That shame made her hide the truth, made her desperate for acceptance. Khalid was ashamed of his infertility, of potentially failing his family's expectations. That shame made him rage, made him kill. And desperation kills. Angela was desperate for family, for love, for proof she was worth something despite her trauma. That desperation led her into a marriage built on lies. If they'd both been honest from the start, they could have built something real. Two infertile people who understood each other's pain, who could have pursued IVF together, surrogacy, adoption. Instead, one is dead and one is free. Angela's case inspired small changes. Jessica's nonprofit helps women escape abuse, uses Angela's story to teach about power imbalances, about staying silent. Mia's therapist uses the case to teach other trauma survivors about grooming, about not blaming yourself. A few journalists in the Philippines wrote investigative pieces about Dubai's treatment of migrant workers, about how money buys justice. But Angela is still dead. Ramon and Khalid are still free. And somewhere right now, another woman is hiding a secret, terrified to tell the truth, walking toward her own destruction. Because she's been taught that honesty means abandonment, that her worth is tied to her body, that some truths are too shameful to speak. Final questions for you. What would you have done in Angela's position? Would you have told Khalid the truth before the wedding? Risked losing everything? Or would you have done what she did? hoped for the best, planned to confess later, prayed it would work out? What would you have done if you were Khalid? Would you have walked away when you discovered the truth? Demanded an annulment? Ended it cleanly? Or would rage have consumed you too? Who's the real villain? Ramon, who raped a child and destroyed her body? Khalid, who murdered his wife in a moment of shame-fueled rage? Or the system that protects wealthy men and ignores the suffering of women like Angela? What does justice look like when the courts fail? Is it enough that people remember Angela's name? That Jessica's nonprofit helps other women? Or does real justice require consequences? Prison? Payment? Tell me in the comments. I want to know what you think. Because cases like this, they don't have clean answers. They don't have satisfying endings. They just have the truth, ugly and incomplete and enraging. Angela Ramirez deserved better. She deserved a mother who protected her from Ramon. She deserved a body that wasn't destroyed at 16. She deserved a husband who wouldn't kill her for having secrets he also kept. She deserved justice. She didn't get it. That's the truth. And if it makes you angry, good. Stay angry. Share this story. Make sure people know her name. Angela Ramirez. Born June 12th, 1995. Died October 15th, 2023. Raped, abandoned, murdered, forgotten by the system but not by us.